Hi there, John Moore here, and I am a shamanic teacher and practitioner. I do shamanic healing. I am from the state of Maine in the United States, and today I'm going to talk to you about how does long distance shamanic healing work, particularly during the pandemic. A lot of practitioners who are seeing clients face to face started to, it didn't start, it started long before that, but a lot of practitioners have gone completely long distance and treating people over Zoom or over the phone or even not even in contact while the treatment's going on. So how does this work, and is it as effective as seeing a shamanic healer face to face? So I'm going to explain a little bit of the mechanics of how shamanic healing works, and I'm going to make it as simple as I can because I don't know what you know, and I don't want to get overly technical about it. But shamanic healing works on the spiritual roots of illness or disease, and whether that is some mental, emotional issues that you might be having, or some physical issues that you might be having. So it doesn't necessarily heal the wound that you might have or heal a sickness that you might have, but it provides the spiritual support for you to heal underneath. That's the best way that I can describe it. So while miraculous healings do take place in and outside of the shamanic environment, they also, sometimes it takes time for the healing to take place after a shamanic session. But shamanism works on the spiritual aspects. Now, human beings are very complex. We have bodies that are complex with multiple systems. And likewise, we have spiritual components to ourselves that are large systems of very many components. And so a couple of those systems include the energy body, right? So if you get acupuncture, they might be stimulating a meridian that is inside your body, but it isn't necessarily related to a nerve pathway or a blood vessel or anything like that. Could be closely associated, but honestly, they're working on these energetic pathways, right? So that's how that works. That's how Tai Chi, Qigong, a lot of these Asian energetic methods of healing, self-healing work. They work on this level. They work on the level of the energy body, right? They work with Qi, which is energy, or prana in Hindu, or all kinds of different words, or ruach in Hebrew. Interestingly, all of those words can mean spirit, spiritual energy, and they can also mean breath. So that is one level of, we might call that spiritual healing or energetic healing, because it is working on the non-physical component of disease. So you also have, we also have other components that are non-physical. So we have a soul body or an astral body, right? And the soul body carries with it the experience of our lifetime and is affected by the experience of our lifetime. And we can have things like that are called like soul loss that can happen when we experience trauma. And that is one of the main methods of shamanic healing, is doing something called soul retrieval to help correct that situation. And soul loss can lead to things like depression, PTSD is, dissociation. All of these things that are resulting from trauma are associated with soul loss in the shamanic worldview. And so we might do a number of soul retrievals for somebody depending upon how many traumatic experiences or what their life was like. And some people do report a sense of immediate relief. Some people report relief over time. Okay, so we're working on non-physical aspects of the person, meaning as a shamanic healer, but not a medical practitioner. I'm not a licensed medical professional in any way. I can't prescribe medicine. I can't manipulate somebody's joints. I can't do those things. I'm not licensed it wouldn't be appropriate for me to do that work on a physical level. So one thing I will say is that shamanic healing goes really well hand in hand with other modalities, meaning, if you are seeking treatment for something and you go to a shamanic healer and you feel really great afterwards, don't discontinue what you're doing. Don't stop taking your meds. Don't stop seeing your doctor. Just because you feel great, the healing might not be complete and you might still need the treatment, but hopefully it will speed things along. So I'll give you a little bit of an example. So somebody I know was undergoing surgery, knee surgery, right? So she had some knee reconstruction going on, and while she did that, while she was undergoing surgery and seeing her surgeon or orthopedic surgeon, she had healers working with her. She had more than one, from what I understand, and different modalities, but shamanic healing was included, and maybe there was some energy work as well. So does that mean that she could, come out of knee surgery and start hopping around on one leg? No. But what it meant was when she went back to her surgeon for her checkup, he said to her, "Wow, I have never seen somebody heal so fast from this kind of surgery before," right? So it was supporting her body's ability to heal, because everything affects everything: our emotional state, our mental state, the state of our spirit, all of these things. So now I want to get to long distance healing and how long distance healing might work. And is it effective? And is it as effective as in-person healing? So again, shamanic healing works on spiritual aspects of healing. And spirit is formless. Ultimately, we might see spirit as having a shape, but that's an interpretation. It is essentially formless. Our energy body might have a loose shape, but our astral bodies might appear to us as having form, but they don't. They don't have mass. They don't have matter. They don't have a physical representation, really. And what we know from a straight up physics perspective is that things like time and space, so distance and time, are really, really tied to mass, to matter, right? So time passes differently for satellites than it does here on Earth because of gravitational differences, right? And that is a difference in proximity to mass. So in the spiritual realm, time and space break down a little bit. They're a little bit different. This is why we can do work on past lives. We can do work with probabilistic future states. We can do work with, not to get too mind-bendy, but with parallel lives. There's such a thing as parallel life healing, past life healing, doing work that extends into the future. Predicting the future is a whole other story. I'll talk about that in another video. But time and space kind of break down. So if I'm working with a client who, I'm trying to think of probably the farthest distance I've ever worked with somebody, somewhere in Europe, and I'm on the East Coast of the US, maybe the Middle East, yeah. But anyway, so I'm working with somebody on another continent. They're still getting the same effect because the work that I'm doing is taking place in non-ordinary reality, which is spiritual, and distance doesn't really matter. And even if I were doing the healing in the same room with somebody, it's happening at a distance. I'm not physically manipulating their body. There may be touch involved with some of the ceremonies, traditionally, like ceremonies like power animal retrieval or soul retrieval. There is some small touch involved at the end of the ceremony, but it's not 100% necessary, and those things can absolutely be done at a distance. Even extraction, things that are dealing with the energy body very close to the body, can be done long distance. Shamans always work with helping spirits. The helping spirits can go anywhere. Ultimately, I'm not doing the healing anyway. It's my helping spirits that are doing the healing. I'm just a conduit. I'm just acting as a medium through which helping spirits can work. And asking for their help and that sort of thing. So long distance healing is effective. It's done all the time. You can, there is something to be said for being in a healing presence, right? There's something to be said for hearing the voice of the healer or seeing the healer that can be comforting and can help us on an emotional level. And in my training as a shamanic practitioner, part of what I learn is how to use healing language, right? How to speak to a client in a way that promotes healing. And that isn't so much spiritual as it is mental and emotional, right? Because we treat people as holistic. People have bodies, they have thoughts and emotions and minds and spirits and all of these things. And when we treat them together, really people get the maximum effect of healing. So I hope that explains to you how long distance healing works. If you, decide you want to try shamanic healing and you don't feel comfortable during a pandemic to see somebody face to face, or you want to get a healing from somebody that you don't live near, or it's just not convenient to go into somebody's office currently, long distance healing is totally fine. And, all healers work in slightly different ways, but most people will work with you either over the phone or over Zoom or some other video conferencing software. So for me, when I work with a client long distance, I like to do it over Zoom because I like to see the person. I like to gauge when we're talking. There's a lot of talking involved in my sessions. We're talking through what's bothering the person. We're talking through what they would like to get out of healing session, those kinds of things. And I'm observing and I'm taking in how they're feeling, when they're talking about things, how it changes how they feel, those kinds of things. So observation is important as well from the perspective of the healer. So that can be done. A lot of people work over the phone. It's not my preferred way to work. I really like to see the person I'm working with. But there are, if you're not comfortable being on video, or you don't have a laptop capable of that, you don't have a webcam, or your webcam's disabled or something, or you just use your phone and you don't want to use it for that, or whatever reason you want to do phone, you can certainly find practitioners that will work with you just over the phone as well. So that is a little bit about how long distance healing works. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot more videos on my channel, a lot more coming up as well. I'm doing a whole series about, shamanism in particular, but also other spiritual topics as well. I hope you're happy and healthy, and I will talk to you again real soon.